we've had with this game, if you can see things, you're already doing better than
Yeah, that's you're a leg up on everything else if you can actually see what the fuck's happening.
If it takes you 10 minutes to roll something, that's okay, as long as you can see it.
And it's loaded. I'm good.
Right. So last time you guys woke up in the morning at the Rusty Dragon Inn, you got a letter that Bethana Corwin, the halfling, employee of Ameko Kajitsu, had found that appeared to be from Tsudo Kajitsu to his sister, asking her to meet him at the Glassworks previous midnight. It's probably like mid-morning now, and you guys have investigated the Glassworks and discovered the staff and owner, Lanjiku Kajitsu, all dead and being terrorized, I guess, or their remains being toyed with by a bunch of goblins who now lie slaughtered in a greasy just basically a mess of grease and blood upstairs.
Amen.
You followed the final surviving goblin or briefly surviving goblin to the basement entrance where you encountered Tsudo Kaijitsu and beat him into unconsciousness and then stabilized.
A very protracted, painful beating it was to all sides.
Yeah, everybody's beaten, everybody's tired and protracted.
And they all have geometry equipment.
Yeah. So you guys find yourselves in the basement. There appear to be, like I said before, but just to reiterate, these little like rubble areas indicate where there appears to have been a wall that had been erected, sealing this little bracket, this like L shape, off from the main basement some time ago. But they appear to have recently been bashed down.
Can I look to see if this looks like tool marks or if this looks like big, scary monsters ripped rock apart?
Sure.
I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah, I guess perception.
Survival or perception?
Yeah, let's go with perception. I think that's a fairly mundane.
I do not know.
Yeah, you don't know. You think like.
Oh wait, it hasn't rolled mine. It rolled Cardi's.
Or Cardi doesn't know.
Cardi doesn't know that Fiona and me.
My brain went there too. That's weird. Why? It doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah, I think it's just the rhythm of it. Cardi, Johnny.
I thought it was Scotty.
Or Scotty. Hey, there it is.
Hey, you're pretty sure that a rock golem with two pickaxe hands would have probably accomplished something like this.
We must be very wary. I think that some large golem-like creature has probably been manufactured to disturb this rock here.
What's a golem?
It is
as someone who worked in the Golem Works, I don't think that is anything like not even a possibility in this town.
Well, we didn't think that goblins could get in either, or that we'd find necromancers.
Goblins live in all of the surrounding woods. That makes sense.
But they don't get in.
Maybe we could refocus. What are we gonna do with this guy?
We haven't found Ameko.
Yeah, but what about this guy? Let's one step at a time, I think.
Cardi pulls out some rope out of his bag.
Ah, perfect.
And hands it to Raymond.
Who begins
Perhaps we should be tying him up.
Tying him up.
Okay. You wrap the rope around his wrists and ankles, kind of tying them up. Maybe tie his wrist behind his back, I guess, and tie his ankles up. But he's still unconscious.
Do you think he'll be okay if we leave him here?
It's
For a
difficult to
while.
tell. I think
Depends how long you leave him there.
he will
3
likely
months,
be able to get out
probably.
of these bonds, but eventually. But we don't know
That's
if we
far enough,
start
well.
going down one way. It may be that these goblins will circle back around.
So if I like look around, is there
Mhm.
any like canvas bags or anything with maybe just like an empty bag of waste material or something?
Yeah, actually, right next to you, there's a canvas bag filled with
Wow.
waste material.
I was just thinking we could probably cover him up if we had some kind of cloth. Or
I'm
something.
serious. There's a canvas bag full of just detritus,
Okay. I
and
couldn't
it's
tell
next to you.
if you were trolling me or not.
No, fair enough. But no, I'm saying yes to whatever you're trying to do with this. I don't know
Okay.
what it is, but I'm gonna. There is a canvas bag.
All right. Then I will haul the bag a few feet away and just dump out the contents, and I will kind of like cut it down one side to split it open, and then use it as like a cover to like cover him up in a corner somewhere, where he won't be. Probably where Cardi is standing, actually, just kind of like off to the right
Out of the
there
way.
a little bit. Cover him up.
Hidden-ish.
Yeah.
Cardi pulls on the door that he's right next to
It
to
is
see if there's
locked.
anything inside. This one seems locked. Perhaps
You
we
will
try the others.
you will recall whichever one of you rounded that corner first. He seemed to be fumbling with keys.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
I remember
initially-
that.
Yeah.
He might have keys on him. He was trying to get through there.
I search his body.
You search his body. You find a potion of cure light wounds, a composite short bow. I probably just open the PDF and copy and paste all this stuff.
Copy pasta.
He had quite a few stuff.
Copy pasto.
Copy pasto. The best pasta. A ring of protection +1. You guys might want to start
Ooh.
deciding who.
Holy shit, that's really early for that.
Well, you're level
Ooh.
2 now. You're big
Still.
boys and girls.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out who gets that. I don't know. I don't know that we've played enough to establish roles yet.
Well, one of you has generally speaking shined a bit brighter than the others in terms of martial combat.
True.
I'm not telling you what to do.
Me.
Yeah, it's definitely Vanya.
I think that Blythe should probably have the ring of protection because she
Probably.
should probably be in the front.
And
And
I have
I
been,
should-
and I keep, kind of passing out.
Yeah.
Do
I can
the
tell you that
damage.
my AC
I'm
is.
not even going to write that
pretty
down,
good.
so I'm just going to assume that Blythe has it.
Okay.
Works
I
for
will
me.
take that.
We have a studded leather. I don't know if anyone needs studded leather.
I got a
can't
chain
use it.
shirt. I'm good.
Yeah, I've got scale mail.
I think I might take that.
Cool. Studded leather's all yours. And then anyone can use a composite short bow. It's a martial weapon, so
I cannot use martial weapons.
Oh,
can
I don't
rangers.
know. Maybe? Probably?
Guess that they can.
I believe so.
Cardi, can you clean this off, please?
Masterwork Thieves tools.
Yes, I can use
Suit.
all martial weapons.
Wonder why he's carrying around gold and silver dust.
You will recall that you guys had looked in an opened safe and determined that there are different dusts that are used as a component of different colored glasses.
And these were missing.
These were missing.
Yes. Gold and silver make red and yellow, I think.
So just to be clear about like our perception of like the value of a single gold piece, this entire Glassworks had 6 pouches of gold dust.
That's a lot.
Okay. This entire place had like 200, 300 gold worth of different valuable dusts.
Holy shit,
This
6
is like an
times
entire
50?
refinery. 6 pouches of gold dust worth 50 gold each.
Boys, we're rich.
What is PP? Is that platinum or silver?
That is platinum pieces.
Wow. Yeah.
He had just 100 gold on him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in the party.
Well, I'm glad I searched his body. God damn.
Yeah. You also, as you're patting him down, you think you feel a big old dick under that.
I don't reveal that to the party. I spare
I mean, this
it.
guy tucks it in his sock.
I spare them that detail.
What's his name again?
Pseudo.
Pseudo Kaijitsu. At 100 gold.
Huh. Interesting.
On him.
Oh.
And one of those things is a very very fine leather journal.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a journal in that list.
Mhm.
I
Cardi
think,
opens it up and starts reading.
yeah, like fucking crack that sucker open.
Most of what you find in there doesn't seem to be of particular interest, but the last few pages hold some much more interesting tidbits. Yeah.
Oh, naked ladies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A smuggling tunnel. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that the priest took care of.
Oh, okay.
Nualia. Zakian Tobin. You will recall it was the name of the priest that had burned to death.
Yeah.
Whose grave was exhumed, or
Yes.
his
Right.
tomb robbed.
Mm-hmm.
He got
Wh-
Laura crafted.
Yeah.
I'm a
which of-
little puzzled by why he says I can't say her new hand is pleasing to me.
Some sort of transformation begun.
He might be kind of
a physical.
mutated.
Maybe.
Do is there like a knowledge I can roll to
Yeah.
recognize some of the names and or learn anything about succubi?
Well,
I
I
would-
guess you could roll something on succubi.
Probably history would be decent, or religion.
For succubi, they'd be outsiders. That would
Oh yeah, it'd be
plain.
planes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think you
Not
know
so
a
good.
lot of these names already.
Yeah, I think Cardi probably knows the names, and Ryan is trying to catch up with
Sure.
the ones that he knows. 'Cause, that's
Tobin was referenced Azakian Tobin, who was
Yeah.
the former priest. You could give me planes for a Quasit as well. If that's what you're looking for.
yeah. I didn't roll very well, so
What did you?
yeah, I might as well. Yeah, I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't think that.
We can't roll knowledge untrained anyway, right?
Yeah, no.
no.
Yeah, I don't think you.
Well, you
either of
can,
you
but it
would
would be
know
like for
anything
like
anyway.
common knowledge.
Yep. Yeah, I'm afraid you don't know.
Does anybody have history? Because I feel like that's like a close second to this.
I think that what I would give you, Cardi, with that is just the very basics that a Quasit is a species of creature of some sort, not like a position or
Okay.
title. My father's Glassworks, and then invade from the river. Ruthasmus is the name that what is the ranger? Shalelu and Asana had mentioned briefly, the bugbear that she had warred with or encountered on several occasions.
Isn't he like leading some goblins or something?
He trades with them and frequently
Gotcha.
partners up with them. And he's
a bugbear, right?
They have a bit of a bugbear, yeah. They have a bit of a rivalry, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, he's
a score that
ranger
remains to be settled. Let's see. I don't think you know anything about Malfeshnikor. That's just a name. You never seen it before. Anything else that you were?
Lamash 2.
Religion for Lamash 2.
I don't have that one trained. So most I can get is common knowledge, which I didn't. So
don't think that.
Oh, it's bad.
That probably wouldn't be common knowledge.
Nope.
It might be for me just because I've been in the church and studied the religions a lot, but I don't have a point in it yet. I will at level 2.
Roll for it. Yeah, I don't think a 10 is going to do it.
Well, common knowledge is 10.
I mean, you might get that it's a reference to something religious, but
yeah, I would say you
only
think
if he's
it's
a common god.
It's not.
Yeah.
I think that you vaguely recall that it's probably like an evil deity of some sort.
But that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But it's pretty obscure anyway. So I don't think it would really be common knowledge.
That's fair. Yeah, because knowledge religion recognize a common god symbol is DC 10, so it's like along those lines is what you gave me. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I think mostly what you know is that
it's an evil deity. That's it.
It's, yep,
yeah.
There you go.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what else do you guys want to know?
I think
we rolled shit on our knowledge check, so that's all we can really ask.
Yeah,
right.
Perhaps the priest or the mayor will know more about these things.
Yes, perhaps we should show this to the to like a librarian or something. I'm not familiar with any of these big words. I've not read them in any of my studies, but I haven't really studied the planar magics yet, so that might be why. I thought I saw him jiggling in with some keys when we came around the corner.
You also find the keys, Cardi, were dropped right by the door.
Wait.
Probably after you interrupted him, he just went into fight mode and left them there.
Oh, looks like they're right here. Cardi picks them up and tries them in the door.
Okay. You try a couple that don't work, and then you find one that clicks, and the door swings open, revealing
Oh no.
His dead sister.
a feminine form lying prone and unmoving on the ground.
Amiko!
Oh
Quick,
no!
Raymond! Is there anything you can do?
Well, I guess I'll see if she's still alive. Then I won't get much, because I rolled a 3.
You just stand there staring at her, and you're like, she's not moving, that's not good. Vanya, you kneel down and feel for a pulse and do detect a weak pulse beating.
She's still alive, but just barely.
Alright, well, I know what that means.
We have a
Should we-
potion, right? We got something.
So
Yeah, Cardi
I
grabs
think
the potion that she had just been handed.
Okay, I was gonna take care of it. That's fine.
I mean, if you can, I think we're probably safe for spells for the day.
What would your character do at that moment? I think, Royman, is the question. Would he immediately dig into his life-giving powers to heal it, or
Well, he
while your
didn't detect
companions are digging around?
He didn't detect the pulse himself, so I guess.
Cardi's digging through the bag looking for the potion. She pulls it out. He pulls it out.
Yeah, I think
Aha!
she might like beat me to the punch, really, because I think Roymond is just a bit stunned that, because like he's assessing her, right, and he apparently doesn't know what he's doing here.
Yeah.
So I am imagining that he is distracted enough by his personal connection to
Cardi
her.
puts the potion to her lips.
Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
he realized it in time, especially
Sure.
with that roll.
Well,
Cardi tips it back.
Royman's so used to magical healing that he never had to learn like doctoring.
Yeah,
the
I
actual
put a
kind.
point in at next level. Like the problem is I only get 4 skill points per level, so like I kind of
Yeah.
have to be really diligent with them. So,
Sure.
but this is a good story reason to put a point in that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good reason. Cardi, you tip the potion down her throat, and after a moment, her eyes flutter open, and she goes, "What?"
Ah, you're alive.
Her
Oh my
eyes
God.
slowly
thank
focus
goodness.
on. She goes, "Cardi, Anya?"
Cardi gives Amiko a really big hug. Just
You
like,
had us concerned there for a
not
moment.
not too hard. Oh,
Oh,
she seems
thank
to
goodness.
be bruised and battered. Sorry. Yeah, she
I
does.
think you had a rough relationship with your brother, but I think he might have tried to kill you though.
Yes, that was something else.
She says, "Pseudo," and she kind of slowly starts to painfully sit up.
It's all right.
let's be
he's
careful
he's
here.
outside. We subdued him.
She says, "He sick the goblins on me. My own brother."
The goblins are taken care of.
Well, the ones we
For
ran into,
now.
I guess we don't know if there are others. I guess.
I think we need to get them out of here. They're in no
She's-
shape to come with us.
I agree.
She says, "I'm pretty sure there are quite a few others." And she's like feeling up her ribs. And she says, "How did you all find me?"
The letter that the halfling that you work with, she found it and was concerned.
Bethana. She must be worried sick.
She is.
But she seemed to be fine other than emotional distress, no sickness that I observed.
She kind of gives you a look as if trying to decide whether or not you're being sarcastic, and then decides like you're probably just
Being
Inept.
me.
Yeah, you're probably just being your natural self. Says, well, I'm glad that you all came to find me. And then she kind of gulps and goes, my brother, is he?
He's
alive.
He's okay. He's out here.
I don't
She
know if I would
sighs.
say okay, but he's not like dead. If that's what you're worried about.
Wait, you said he'd be okay. Is he dying still?
Oh well, no, but I don't know. We kind of beat the tar out of him. I don't really think he's okay per se.
He hit me
Perhaps
for.
perhaps outside would be a better place for these conversations. Emeko, do you think you can walk?
Yes,
Cardi-
I have to
Cardi-
get upstairs and warn my father.
Amiko,
Oh, honey.
you better sit down for this. Your father is dead.
I see.
Oh, I was gonna wait to. Oh.
She clenches her jaw and you see like a moment kind of pass over her face, but she swallows hard and just kind of nods her head once, breast. And she says, I understand. I suppose there's nothing left for us here. We better.
I think that Roymond will hand her the journal.
She picks it up and says, "What's this?"
We found it on him. I think it's his journal. I think you should look at these pages here. We're not exactly sure what's going on, but he seems to have been involved somehow in the attack.
She opens it and reads the few pages and nods her head, and she goes, "Yes, that makes sense. He invited me here last night to invite me, I suppose, to join his band of mercenaries that are helping this Walia."
Well, he talks about giving her a new body. Do you think that he maybe meant you?
She wrinkles her eyebrow and she goes, "I think that would be pretty jacked up even for Tessuto. From what I understood, he's in love with this person." I have
He seems
a
to have
hard
changed
time.
somehow from, at least from what I remember.
She nods and says, "Yes, I think his time in Magnamar has changed him quite a bit. He's not the brother I remember."
It will do that. But come, we should get out of here before
Yes, I don't want to spend any more time here. I have
Yeah.
to.
Fair enough.
Cardi helps to like hoist Amiko and just kind of like.
She leans heavily on you, which you probably know is pretty uncharacteristic for her to.
Yeah.
I need somebody to help me lift
Blythe
Tessuto's
will
body.
just grab Tessuto since she's out here. She just picks
Yep.
him up and hefts him over her shoulder.
Yeah, like a sack of groceries.
Well, it does presently look like a bag since Wyman
Sure.
trapped him up.
Yeah, Mako says, "Why are you carrying that that massive canvas bag? Where did you even find a canvas bag large enough to fit that?"
What's all this detritus out here?
What's all this detritus all over the floor here? This whole place is littered in detritus. Is it detritus or detritus?
I don't know.
How much
I don't
does
know either.
How much does he weigh?
Detritus.
I don't.
Does it matter?
180 pounds.
Okay.
Let's say he's a half elf. I
right.
figure he's fairly lithe.
I just didn't know if
rogue.
Blythe needed assistance in carrying him.
As long as he's
Blythe or
under
Blythe?
200, he's still under a medium load.
It's overhead
Wow.
weight that you need to worry about.
Oh, okay.
But if 200 is your medium, I imagine your overhead is insane. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
using
overhead is
a
300.
different weight system. Does it make sense to the GM?
Fair enough.
And it
That's
seemed
fair.
perfectly fine that she would be able to heft a person over her shoulder, an unconscious person over her shoulder, and carry him. Where are you taking them?
I think back to town. Like they're the main part of town.
Sure. To be clear, the Glassworks is in Sandpoint proper.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's like near
Yeah.
the edge, I thought.
For the most part, I think you're right. Let's see. Map page.
That's fine. Like, where's the Glassworks, like, on this page?
Well, I actually would have to look at it real quick.
Ooh,
Say exactly. It's along the coast. 6.
Over this area?
Oh, that makes sense. By Glass
Glass-
Street.
Oh, yeah. That's
Ah.
a weird place for Glass Street.
I bet that is it actually on the corner there.
I'd imagine it's this giant building that has the similar shape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, that looks right.
And also
Yep.
the glass domes.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yep.
Mhm.
that's it.
Okay, so I think we'll just help them out of the building then, and kind of send them on their way.
Yeah.
Well,
We should probably
actually,
get them to the.
We should
the
flag down a guard, and because he needs to be turned into the authorities for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think as you're on your way from the Glassworks here down to the Rusty Dragon here, you head down Water Street, and by the time you get to the courtyard here, you find a guardsman who's they're a little bit spread thin at the moment, especially since the
Sheriff.
Sheriff Bellor Hemlock took a couple men with him down to Magnamar. But when they see you and you flag one down, he immediately rushes over and says, "What's going on here?"
Not much time to explain. We have to go take care of something very important. But this man here was involved with the goblin attack. Here's the journal. There's evidence inside. If you could just take care of him real quick, we need to get going. Thanks.
Blythe will like offer him forward like you would a normal object, not really like a person, just sort of like handing it to the man.
Boom.
He looks at you strangely, and but he's for some reason he finds Royman's autism charming. And Ameko walks up to him and says, "Let me try speaking like a human." And explains. She says, "This is Tessuto, my brother. He's responsible for several deaths back at the Glassworks." And the man nods to her and goes, "Ameko, are you going to be all right?" She nods and says, "I just need to spend a few days resting. I think we're heading back to the inn, but what the heroes have told you here is accurate. They just saved my life." And he nods and takes Tessuto and throws him over his shoulder, and he says, "Out cold. I'll throw him in one of the cells. Sure, Sheriff Hemlock will want to question him when he gets back with the reinforcements."
You'll want to have someone keep an eye on him in case like the people he's with try and rescue him. Probably.
They said something about a second raid, and I think that's probably going to be soon.
Yeah. But,
Go ahead.
Blythe is just concerned about him and making sure he is secured and safe.
He's
one of them sneaky types, the one that good at picking locks, so you might want to keep a guard on the cell if you have the
Well, we
manpower.
have his lock picks. Is that what? Yeah, I think that's what these are. And like Royman just like fumbles with the thieves' tools, and they kind of like a few of them fall on the ground.
We keep the jailhouse pretty locked up tight. It's not an open door policy, but I'll be sure to put the boys on alert to keep an eye out for any strangers in town that might want to bail him out. But I'm sure we'll keep him down. Have you searched him already? I don't want to find out he's got a shiv hidden up his sleeve or a scroll of dimension doors somewhere.
Well, I don't know about his arms, but his armor is quite nice. I'll say, sort of like shrugging, working my shoulders in
the
his.
studded leather armor was not his.
Oh, god damn it! Whose was it?
The
Goblin.
stars.
One of
Yeah.
the goblins.
Oh,
It was just in the
Ew.
inventory.
It smells gross.
It's perfectly clean because I clean everything we get.
Oh yeah, yeah.
okay.
Well,
Prestidigitation.
physically,
well,
yeah.
that was a misunderstanding.
yeah.
Um,
It still has a miasma of stupidity surrounding it.
yeah,
Um,
you have the aura of goblin.
Yeah,
Uh,
which makes sense of the confusion. Yeah.
Hooray! I'll go ahead and just take that off my character sheet then.
I say we looked through things and took everything off that we thought it might be useful to him and we think that he might be all right now. But from what Ryman was telling me,
Hey, you can check him again. It doesn't hurt to be
he
sure.
might have a monster cock.
I didn't say nothing to that effect.
I
he
saw your
didn't
face,
say
little boy.
anything like that. To be fair,
Light immediately thinks you're talking about an actual rooster.
I imagine that he probably has one.
Should
I
Uh,
love
we should really shouldn't we get back to the Glassworks? There might be more things to take care of. Ryman says, like clearly avoiding saying the word goblin in public.
I'm gonna go back to the tavern so she can rest, and then we can head back. I think they'll be making quite a ruckus, and they seem to enjoy playing with the glass.
Okay.
I mean, given his physical dimensions and what I know about half-elf biology, I wouldn't imagine that his member would be out of proportion to anything, but...
I don't think Roymond actually goes back to the inn. I think he would actually stand like at least near the Glassworks on the edge of town, so he can make sure that nothing sneaks out of there into someplace else. So.
all right. Then the three of you and Ameko make your way back to the Rusty Dragon, and Ameko, leading on Cardi, steps in, and Bethana Corwin immediately runs around, where she appeared to have been doing some work in the kitchen, and gives Ameko a big hug, and says, "I was so worried. You can't scare me like that." And Ameko pats her and goes, "It's okay. It's okay, Bethana. I'm all right. I have you to thank, and of course, our new friends, for rescuing me. I don't think Tessuto would have let me go without their intervention." And she quickly gives a Bethana a brief sort of rundown of what you all encountered, and Bethana helps her over to the bar, and she sits on a stool, and Ameko looks at you all and says, "Well, I don't have as much of a reward as perhaps you all deserve, but one thing I can tell you is you've got 3 rooms available for however long you need them, for until for the rest of your lives, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I got bonked in the head several times."
Wait, what? Are you okay?
A little blood is leaking from her ear.
I'm fine. There's blood leaking out of her nose over her mouth.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Yeah. Yep.
Cardi says, "Thank you kindly, Lost."
Actually, while we're on the topic of rooms, I was wondering if I might be able to get access to a second one to use as a workspace, and I feel like maybe this not be the best time.
No, Vanya, now would not be a good time for that. You focus on getting better, Hamiko, and Bethana, I think she needs some of that famous stew that you make. Magical healing
Bethana-
properties, I swear.
Yeah. Bethana goes, she's worrying her hands, and she goes, "I already made a whole vat of it," and she runs back and back. And you just
I would
hear
take some.
relentless clacking and clanging of dishes and ladles and and soups.
Does it
being
sound like the Breath of the
prepared.
Wild cooking sound?
Exactly. Yep. A little beat. And Ameko will look over you all, and she'll say, "Well, I guess this means that I'm the last kaijitsu with anything to her name here in Sandpoint." And she leans against the bar kind of heavily and says, "And with my father gone, I suppose this means that the Glassworks is mine now. Don't really know what to make of that." And she looks up at. Mhm.
I was saying it's too early to be thinking about the logistics of such an undertaking as reopening the Glassworks at this point. You take it easy, and we'll see to ensuring the safety of the building first.
I appreciate that.
Speaking of that,
I must say, I don't really want to ever go back there. Perhaps I'll have to find someone else to take over management of it. And she looks at you all and she says, "You all look fairly spent as well. Perhaps I'm not the only one that ought to be resting up."
I believe that Roymond is keeping an eye on the Glassworks in case there might be more goblins in the basement that we didn't find, and perhaps we might be getting back to check on him. But
She
Yeah.
nods
I think
and
afterwards-
says, "You think what?"
I think that afterwards we definitely be needing a rest.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't understand. I thought there was
Yeah.
more. She nods and she says, "Yes, I've been thinking about this this note you found. I think it makes sense. I suppose that Tsudo, he's working with someone. He wanted me to join him. I think he means to take Sandpoint, and this note seems to support that idea that this Bruthasmus and the goblins he's been working with, I think he orchestrated the attack. He plans to do it again. And from what it sounds like, there's going to be a hell of a lot more goblins than the last raid."
We should hope that Sheriff Himlock is able to return with more support.
Maybe should we
I
get
don't-
people maybe out of town even?
Should you guys get people?
Yeah, if like we need to do something to keep people safe or
I think she was
alert
talking
people.
about,
Oh,
like,
evacuate the town.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like go for reinforcement.
No.
Ameko shrugs and says, "To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when they're planning to strike. It could be tomorrow. It could be tonight, for all I know. Maybe
Perhaps
not for a
then we
week from
need-
now."
Perhaps then we should see if there's more information to be gleaned from the Glassworks.
It's possible. Those tunnels, ever since I was a child, that basement has always been just a couple of rooms and mostly storage closets. But it looked like the walls had been caved in, and there was more to be explored down there.
They described it as smugglers' tunnels. Perhaps from before the Glassworks?
Her eyes widen. She goes, "Smugglers' tunnels." Tsudo made some. I took them to be insults at the time, but and baseless. But he did claim that father had some connections to the Zarni crime. How do you pronounce that? SCAZ. Fuck.
Wait, can you just type it out?
SCZARNI.
I'd say Sarni. Yeah.
Sarni.
Zarni,
Zarni.
probably.
Zarni.
I can't see it, so
Zarni.
it's kind of hard to. Yeah, Zarni.
Yeah.
Zarni.
Hmm.
In Russian, there's like, it's not a TSZ sound, but it's very similar, and that's
Yes.
the CSC. Like,
You guys may actually recall this that name from a different adventure. Not my game. But if your characters would like to know anything about it, I think you could probably roll knowledge, local, or history.
Okay.
I would
I'm
take
gonna
it.
do local because that's my best shot.
Oof, very good. Yeah, Vanya, Cardi, you know like the basics, but Vanya, you know that the Zarni crime family is a Varisian, the Varisian mob, sort of. And you may recall from Carrying Crown that I'm pretty sure that that was the crime family that back in the Whispering Tyrant days used lycanthropy to create soldiers
The
to help
Zarni
fight the
are
mob.
the Zarni are a local crime organization.
Not just local; they're
Oh.
pretty
They're
Everywhere.
wide span.
large.
Invasive Varisian.
Yeah.
crime family.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they are a
Um.
Varisian crime organization.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No. Ameko nods and she says, "I always thought that Pseudo was just trying to spoil Father's name. He always vehemently denied any rumors of the kind, but and then she kind of drums her fingers and she says, I've been thinking about how that raid went down. That wagon, it was one of my father's. It was from the Glassworks. I wonder, perhaps Tessuto blackmailed him after all. It's those smugglers' tunnels down there, you said. I mean, what else could they be?
So the goblins did come in from underground, just like I had hypothesized.
Looks like you might have been right, Vanya.
We need to
Yes.
gather more information.
Certainly,
Certainly be dangerous if the goblins have a ready-made access point. We should see if the guard can post double duty around the Glassworks to ensure no goblin throat cutters creep up from underground.
I think that's an excellent idea. I
We
would
were
warn you,
thinking
though.
of bathing from the river too, though.
Yeah, they mentioned in the note that what is it? Rip Nugget, one of the goblins that Shalelu warned you about, was favoring an overwhelming land approach, but Pseudo thought that a concentrated some concentrated strikes from the river and from goblins coming up through the tunnels in the Glassworks would be better.
They won't have to overcome the walls if they can come up inside them. This is not good. I don't have a
True
mind for military strategy, but it seems that we are surrounded and our defenses perforated.
Well, I suppose that it's a little bit less perforated now that we know one of the passages that the goblins might use as an invasion point, if indeed it comes to.
Yes, but I
Perhaps
worry
we
about
should
our.
seal the tunnel.
Yes, I might be able to find the components to create some sort of larger explosive to collapse the tunnels, or if there are any engineers who might be able to do it safely.
That
Would
could
be-
be a wise idea. To be clear, I think that Sorry, I'm trying to think. I think you guys have gotten the wrong idea about some things that I understand why you drew those conclusions, but I'm trying to think how to correct them without giving the game away.
Just don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Let us chase threads that are wrong. That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's not the issue. The issue is Well,
if it's our mistake, then let us make it.
when you're talking about collapsing the tunnels, that's where that would drastically that would be like a. I think you want to collapse the tunnels because fuck it.
Maybe we can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't, but
We also don't know what the state of the tunnels
Well,
is. So.
yeah, we should investigate the tunnels. We haven't.
Yeah.
Yet.
fair enough.
We're spitballing.
We're also trying to go back to the Glassworks to investigate the tunnels, and we're kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We just keep finding threads to pull on.
Yeah. No, it's fair. So Ameko will nod to you all, and she says, "So, I suppose you're going to go back to Roymond and take care of whatever there is left. You're trying to secure the Glassworks."
We're going to do what we can to make sure it is safe.
We'll check and see if there's any
Please
goblins.
take care of yourselves. I heard strange noises down there last night. It was almost like more beast than man. Can't imagine what's down there, but you had better be well prepared if you're going to go investigate.
And perhaps we will get the guards to post up around the Glassworks tonight, and then go investigate the deeper tunnels once we've rested some. We'll consult with Roymond and see what consensus we come to.
Yeah.
She nods and says, "We'll have some warm meals and cool ale ready to go."
Sounds great.
But, you should also be
Shall
resting
we?
up yourself. And
Yeah, we better not leave him too long.
Blood starts leaking out of her other ear, and she goes, "Don't worry about me. I'm sure I'll make it."
I'm sure I'll be fine, Kevin.
Yeah. Okay. You guys head back to the Glassworks, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, I think this is probably fine. And I'll drag your tokens out. Why not?
We're not on that page.
we're not on the.
Oh. You're not?
We're on the town
We're
map.
on the map.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Unless you want to go.
No, that's fine.
It doesn't really make a difference, but sure.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Never mind. Yeah. Town's fine.
Now that he moved us.
Yeah. All right, you guys return to.
Oh, there. Okay.
Perfect.
Gone. Yeah.
Roymond.
You return to the Glassworks and find Roymond sitting sentry.
Any news?
I don't know. Did I see anything?
Nothing in particular. You did see that guy that was wearing clothes made of the glowing baubles. And he was like doing cartwheels along the road past.
Weird.
Ha-ho! Yippee!
Yep, just screaming.
All right. No. Surprisingly, no one seems to have come looking for him. So maybe we're in the clear.
Well, they're
Well-
already down there.
After speaking with Amiko, it might be that there might be something bigger down there than some goblins. And but I don't know about you all, but I'm a bit spent. I don't think I have much left.
Oh.
In terms of spells, and I'm not sure how you're doing. I mean, y'all took a beating, so.
I'm fine.
I mean, I've been better, but with maybe a good cure light wounds potion, I could be right as rain, ready to go.
Royman reaches into his bag and pulls out a vial of a clear liquid, and he dumps it on your head.
How does he reach my head? I just want a visual of this.
That's a good question.
He flicks it on your person then.
I just wanted to imagine this
Like,
for a minute.
I think
like,
he like uncorks it and he looks like he's like ready to pour it on your head, and then he realizes how tall you are, and then you see him just like change his mind and just kind of like flick it at you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
What was that?
Just stay away from some clerics for like the next minute,
Infernal
Why?
because it's infernal healing.
Right.
It should be like,
Okay.
what, 10? 10 hit points?
Yeah, it's 1 hit point per round, basically. For
10 rounds is...
it should be
a
10
minute.
rounds.
Okay. Blythe just kind of shrugs and is like, okay. And gradually feels better.
Just like, whatever. Don't care. That you said something really weird about staying away from clerics, but okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Well,
She trusts
if y'all
him,
are-
he's kept her alive this far.
That's
What
if y'all
fair.
are feeling up
if-
to it, then
Yeah,
I guess
we
we
can-
could go downstairs. But I'm pretty much out of anything useful aside from my cold hands here.
So out of
I only-
character, I'm amazed by that. Is that true? I have
What?
I have cast 1 spell, so I don't know how you are out of spells.
Cast grease.
cast
Cast magic missile.
Twice, I think.
Yeah.
We did the whole goblin fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we all have only like 2
We
spells.
only have like 3 spells, dude.
Yeah.
I only have
Too many.
Yeah, only 2 or 3.
How many do you have?
I
Level 1.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I have 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I can only do 2 spells, but I can do them 5 times a day.
A lot of times, yeah. I
Yeah.
also can only
Okay.
do 2 spells, but
I
can
guess
only
I
use them.
have my Cure Light Wounds for my mystery as well.
Just out of curiosity, how on earth can you cast that many spells?
Because that's how it works.
That's just how oracles do.
Yeah. I don't
I
know
don't know
many
anything about
spells,
oracles.
but I can do them lots.
That's cool.
I know 2 spells plus 1, and I can cast them all as a pool.
Wait, you get 5 per day, not 4 per day?
I get 5 per day.
How?
A base of 3, and then I assume
Plus
one
one
per.
from my mod.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't go up at level 2. And my
Yeah, it does 2
sheets-
spells per day.
no.
Goes from 3 to 4.
Oh, does it? Oh, then I
Yeah.
only have 4 then, and because I'm still looking at I'm looking at my level 2 sheet.
Gotcha.
So that's the
Yeah.
confusion.
You
But still,
yeah, you only have 4. It's not a lot. I have 4 too. I think I have 1 spell left.
I mean, that's a lot of spells for for a first level character, so that's cool.
Yeah. I
This
got 1
seems
spell.
like an excellent conversation to have while you guys rest at the Rusty Dragon
that's
Inn.
fair. Oh, yeah, because we're leveling. I see
Since
why
we're
we wanted to
talking
rest.
about leveling.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, maybe-
The glowing baubles guy comes cartwheeling around the corner and he goes, "Y'all need to rest before you go back down there."
Very Rick and Morty of you.
I just imagine
cartwheels
that
at
a
80
Rick
miles
and
an hour
Morty-
into this wall.
I feel like
splatters into gore and glowing liquid.
I was gonna say I feel like there was enough like minor magic built up in those little glowy things that he's actually been suffused with tremendous magical power, but it's all completely undirected and he can't control it. So he can just he can
He has
tumble
access to
at
level
like
20
40
magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he
Can't
hasn't
control
slept in like a week.
Yeah. He tumbles at 80 miles an hour, smashes into the wall next to you, goes through and out the other side, and you just hear screaming, "I'm a living god!" in the distance, and he just soars away into a star.
Cardi, I know I voiced some concerns about the minor concentrations used within those things, but I'm starting to reevaluate the potency of some of the energies we used.
I'm thinking that maybe we should sleep, because I just saw some very strange things that
Yeah,
simply they can't be real. So
I'm painfully
let's
real.
hit us up, but first we gotta have some of Bathana's famous alien stew.
Yes.
I am
yeah.
pretty hungry.
Thana's got a bunch of bowls of let's say like beef and barley stew.
That
Ooh.
works.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
I was gonna say like some of those killer halfling sandwiches that we
Yep.
found.
Oh yeah, yeah. She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a special shaker and it says halfling salt on it. Sprinkles a little bit over
Made
each
with
of your
real
bowls.
halflings.
Wait, how do you make halfling salt?
She goes, "Okay,
You
eat
make
up."
comments about his feet. That's as a joke.
Yeah.
I heard it in Magnamar. I've been saving it. I only know one.
I imagine that Vanya doesn't understand that it's a joke, and she's just repeating it.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm saying, yeah. I somehow
She doesn't understand that
nailed the
it's funny.
timing, but I don't understand why it's funny.
Straight up missed the actual humor of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
but everyone laughs at it. So
I'm a
Yeah.
comedy savant.
It's an alternate
yes,
personality in your
not of the
head.
comedy.
It's an alternate
Yeah.
personality named Frederick somewhere in your skull.
Do you
Thank
guys
Bathana.
do you guys eat your stew? You feel rejuvenated and you reflect on the experiences that have brought you this far down the road, and I think after a night's rest, you will all be level 2. If we do want to have leveling conversations, I think this is an excellent time to have them.
All right, man.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me add all the stuff that I did on my character sheet into
That's
Roll20.
my plan as
Yup.
well.
Good idea.
I also
I
linked my
knew-
PDF in chat.
I knew you guys were gonna want to go like right down the smugglers' tunnels, and I was like, man, this is like a weird place to be like, they should be level 2 before they do this. I'm like, why did you attach it to why did you
Middle
like
of a
attach
dungeon.
it to the to a different dungeon? Like, it's a weird
Well,
narratively it makes sense, but you have to like you got to tell them like
well, experience-wise, we probably hit level 2 before the Glassworks. There's not actually much level, like, there's actually not much experience to level 1.
oh, okay. I'm just kind of going by what
Yeah.
it
No, it's fair.
recommends.
It doesn't always, like, it'll say they should be it by this point, but that doesn't mean that that you have to wait until then. You can do it whenever is comfortable for you, since we're not tracking
Okay.
experience.
All right. Well,
I think they have that in there just
fair.
so you don't forget. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah, because I think that the encounters are scaled to a certain difficulty, and if the players aren't that level when they get there, bad things could happen.
Well, it was the end of a part, right? So like each
Yeah.
from what I can tell, each one seems to be broken, like each level seems to be given at like a narrative point, right? So
Yeah.
like the end of that
I'd agree with
dungeon
that.
would be when you level up.
After
I'm-
deciphering the note, Cardi has learned Mankayan. Because
Oh.
Cardi is that level of savant when it comes to reading.
Apparently.
And I think probably during the time that we were patrolling around town, and we had like a couple days. I had hit up a library or like salvaged some books from
Mhm.
the wreckage, and I taught myself Necril, which is the language of the undead. Just out of like seeing that we might be interacting with necromantic forces, I went on like a few-hour bender of learning an evil monster language.
Sure.
Vanya
Like
was
you do.
like, we found a robe of bones. Let me learn everything I can about necromancy. Whoops, I accidentally learned the language of the undead.
Like you do.
Maybe the language
Yeah.
of like powerful liches and stuff, because most undead can't speak.
Yeah.
Most undead can't think.
Yeah, there's that too.
But sure, pick it up over a
15,
weekend,
like you do.
as you do.
I love having an int character. It's so nice. Like,
You have
oh,
a
I just learned
bajillion
this
skill
thing.
points. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not used to this.
I
Lee has
do-
like 3.
I do miss it immensely on Roymond now. I'm like, oh, it'd be really great to have this skill because my character. Oh shit. Well, fuck.
I'm dumb now.
Well, it's like I can choose to know things, or I can choose to be able to swim and climb.
Mhm.
You know, things that kill low-level characters.
You know what? I don't have any points in swim or climb. I assume if somebody
I
can't
will
save me,
die.
I'm gonna die.
If we get to a rock wall, no.
Blythe will carry you one
I'll
by
walk
one.
I'll tensor floating
Uh,
disc myself up a cliff if I have to. Like, I'm not above that.
You guys probably picked up some of the books from Brodert Quink, who is a sage, and the sole occupant of an ancient building, kind of toward the edge of town, I guess.
Oh, Cardi didn't read a book. He deciphered that note from the pseudo to Ameko and now knows Kayan. Just like, boop.
I probably picked up books.
I mean that. I don't think you get to decide how logic works. Like, you get
Well-
to learn the language. I don't think you get to decide how you learned it.
Well, it makes sense because like Arcanists are just like they read, like, you just memorize things and like you learn it and then you're very quick at studying. Like,
How could you possibly learn all that from a letter?
that's the funny part. Enjoy it.
Okay.
Shut up.
all right, sure. You know Minkayan from
That's
a letter.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
All right.
Telling the GM.
I mean, I've been around them a lot. Now, like, I've seen the written language. It's like, oh, everything they've ever said around me makes sense now.
I guess.
Sure.
For me, the dangerous
You know-
thing was telling the GM to shut up. That was like, I'm like,
I love
in
telling Ryan
in
to
a
shut
world
up.
with
It's
like
the best.
magic missiles and like purely like fucking insano magic, like that's not the craziest.
That's one of
thing
the
I've ever
least
heard.
unbelievable things.
Yeah. So sure. I just thought just the balls for him to like be like. I thought he was being like, my character's such a fucking genius that they can read a letter and deduce the entire language
No.
from it. I was like,
I'm being super fucking silly because like that was my only exposure to Minkayan written, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, I know Minkayan.
sure. So anyway, yeah, you don't know Brodert, but Vanya knows Brodert Quink, who is a local historian, a scholar of Varisian history and engineering, and is obsessed with the Old Light, which is the now lighthouse of Sandpoint. But it was clearly composed of some strange and ancient architecture.
Vanya logs that away, given that we had thought about possibly needing to collapse tunnels. This man's expertise probably come in handy.
Sure. I mean, he's been
Should be
studying
useful.
Thessalonian ruins for quite a long time.
Now,
And I think... Mhm.
can you give? Because I don't know. I picked up Thessalonian because it was a suggested language,
Yeah.
but can we get something on Thessalonia?
I think if you learn the language, you probably would know that. I guess it's sort of like Latin, maybe.
Okay.
Thassalon was an ancient civilization that was lost thousands of years ago.
Okay.
During, I believe the Starfall or Starstone falling, whatever it was, the big D-Day dinosaur
Cataclysm.
event. Yeah, the cataclysm that like wiped out most of life on the planet. That brought Thassalon destroyed Thassalon, but some
Okay.
of the ruins of their architecture still remain.
So it's just a precursor civilization in this
Yes.
area. Were they human or mixed or?
It's a good question. That I think that they were mostly human, but their society was very different. Not like it was not like a super peaceful society necessarily. They were fairly I think they were like fairly tribal. And well, let's look it up actually while we're in leveling mode. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. The Empire of Thassalon existed in the waning years of the Age of Legend and occupied parts of what today are the nations of Ryssia, the hold of Belkson, and the lands of the Lenorm kings. Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty right. While its power was great, struggles for control within the nation were near constant, and it was finally destroyed by the devastation of Earthfall. All that now remains are mysterious ruins scattered throughout its former territories. Yeah,
There's a picture that kind of looks like humans. So
yeah, they were humans.
okay.
I was not wanting to get ahead of myself because I know like more
Right.
about like what went into it that particularly relates to this campaign. But yeah, they were humans.
Okay.
But it was not like Greece. Well, I guess it probably was a bit like Greece because they were fighting wars all the time too.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like Greece, but there were also evil sorcerers and shit. So whatever that
Grease
means.
plus magic.
Yeah.
Because you know that if the ancient Greeks had access to magic, there totally would have been magic wars.
Oh, absolutely.
I think if any human group had access to magic, there would probably be magic wars.
Yeah, but the Greeks would do it cooler.
They would have done it in togas, which is de facto cooler.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Half naked with a shield and a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty much
okay.
done leveling because I didn't get much. I got a cantrip and a domain ability, so I'm good.
I'm
Okay.
good too.
I am also good.
I believe I am good as well.
There we
Oh,
go.
we rested.
I
so
think the only thing I need to add is gotta get the right tab here. I need to pull in my new spell.
The other question is, do we sell the powder we found, or do we give it back to her? Because it's technically the Glassworks like property, probably.
Well, I guess you guys can make that.
I think
Decision
Roymond would be of the
yourselves.
opinion of giving it back, but we can RP it.
I don't think that after sleeping a day that we'd be like, oh, well, we have all the stuff that we found. Let's go to town and sell it. I think we'd go right back to the Glassworks and
Fair enough.
discuss it.
Yeah, we can
Absolutely.
resolve it later. Fair enough. I just didn't want to forget about the items like for the next session. Does that make sense?
I have it all written down.
All right.
I am type A personality when it comes to hoarding loot.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay. So you guys are at the moment keeping the loot.
Oh, we would have definitely split up the 100 gold from Tsudo though, so that's 25 gold each.
Nice.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
Okay.
going
I'm
to
gonna-
assume that
A
Andrew's not
suitable
here.
amount.
I don't think he's coming back. I would be surprised.
He said,
Nope.
cackling evilly off of his microphone.
Sure. No shopping or anything. You guys are ready to just...
Probably not. Like, I don't know.
Maybe. Let me check out one thing.
Oh yeah, I got a crossbow. I like crossbow.
Okay. Does it have any strange writing on it?
No, I can't afford the one that's super strange writing, but I could inscribe my name. So like Vanya has one with Vanya on it, and I've got one with Cardi on it. So we can tell ours apart.
And we can clack them together
And mine is bedazzled
like friends.
with
Sure it is.
glitter. Just tons of broken glass in there. Just
Vanya keeps trying to figure out ways that she can shoot her bombs with the crossbow, but it doesn't seem to be working yet.
I think you're looking for a sling.
It's
that literally exists.
I know it exists. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna pick up some studded leather armor.
Wait, you have some.
I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing the fucking nasty ass
swap it. You swap the goblin studded leather armor with human made.
That's so silly. I
Yeah.
love it.
Hey, sure.
I don't
Okay.
want nasty ass goblin armor.
Return to the Glassworks. At some point, some people had been hired to return here and clean up the goblin bodies, and a couple guardsmen are posted on the corners. Keep an eye on the place.
Shall we head back downstairs?
That seems reasonable.
Might be wise. Cardi puts her crossbow on her back. I guess I'm calling her now. I'm gonna keep swapping Cardi's gender all the time. Just
That's
Sure.
fine.
Perfect.
gender fluid.
It's all good.
Let me just add this.
I think after those chemicals, you're more of a gender plasma.
Ha.
Sure.
Plasma's still fluid.
You're the worst.
It's less fluid.
Let's see. Range, no feats.
Did oh nope, that's not what I wanted.
Wait,
we
X.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
never mind. I answered my own question.
Okay.
I was going to I was going to say we talked about the food being restorative, but I wanted to double check and see if
We rested.
we actually got
You rest.
We stayed the night and rested, so we should restore all of our hit points and spells.
well, 2 hit points, I suppose, which is exactly what I need.
Okay.
But I also had a Cure Light Wounds extract, so problem solved. So I have re-prepared my mutagen. Oh God!
There are 3 guardsmen that
Uh-oh.
are patrolling
we're fucked, guys.
around the Glassworks.
We're fucked. We're royally screwed.
God damn, there's probably an army. It's like the scene.
Oh my god, the Magnum army is just full of Dolans.
The Magnum army.
No.
Magnum army.
We will keep the Glassworks safe.
Oh, I got a bab.
Get
I didn't add my bab.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
Now you got a whole one. Yeah.
Yep. So we make our way back around to
tunnels. Can you? Like you can't put your tokens there.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think
I
we
know that
can
they're
find
somewhere
it.
on this map, but I can't see them.
I'm gonna pick up some vermin repellent in town. Because we're going underground, and I feel like that's a good idea.
Be a good idea.
And they're only
Guys.
5 gold, so I feel pretty okay about that.
Find yourselves back in the basement at the crumbled walls that you had found before.
I will listen intently to try and listen for those animal sounds she mentioned.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Tell me all the things.
Nice.
You don't hear like an animal sound, but you do hear listening very intently over the course of probably like 5 minutes. After a while, you hear a strange kind of like. Sorry, fuck.
That must
Please
hurt.
don't hurt yourself.
We get it. You vape.
You
Ripping
hear,
fat
Testing
clouds.
this.
Yeah, fat old clouds.
Cool. That was just a test.
Sure. Echoing down the tunnel. It sounds like it's pretty distant. But it sounds like some sort of vaguely humanoid, but monstrous type of kind of a brief shriek thing.
I can hear something shrieking, but it's a long ways away. I'm not quite sure what it is.
With a nat 20,
Can I roll something to maybe like know or recognize the sound?
yeah,
Like
that's what I
nature
think
or
that you should do.
dungeoneer?
Man, I think dungeoneering.
Monstrous humanoids is nature.
I can roll them both.
Yeah, roll them both while I look it up.
And roll poorly. Gosh.
Yeah, it is dungeoneering.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can't place it.
Yeah, didn't
but
figure.
sure. But I think that you suspect it's not a human. Or
Okay.
a naturally occurring animal.
Okay.
Why am I leading this group? This is not the appropriate lineup. No,
I was,
stay back.
You know, it's okay. I'm used to being overlooked.
I can shoot over your head more easily than I can the elf.
That's quite fair.
Sorry, are you half elf or full elf?
Half elf.
Half elf. Okay, the half elf.
Same difference.
Waddles around behind.
Have we checked out like these crates in the corner over here?
Don't think so.
No. We check them out.
Is it a painted door?
Yeah, you kick the crates open, and each one of them is just filled to the brim with canvas bags.
And detritus, of course.
And
It's filled with
detritus.
drawings of doors.
It's filled with canvas bags. All the canvas bags are filled with detritus.
You made your point.
All the detritus is made out of pulverized painted doors.
Cardi pulls out the keys that he used to open the doors before and tries this door.
I'm gonna cast guidance on everybody before we go into the room, and it's gonna be wonderful.
I think you can only cast it on one person at a time.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, you open this door, and it is it's filled with glassware, windows, and other finished goods, and canvas bags.
Oh, so it's just
That's all that appears
one of those
to be in
boring Pathfinder rooms. Got it.
Yep. There appears to be an office in here.
Like this southern door?
Yes.
All right.
The one that Cardi and them have moved to. It looks like it's pretty old and only recently has been reappropriated.
To store his sister. Right?
Well, this is the room Tessuto was in, hanging out in. So this is the room where Ameko was being kept. This is the room where Tessuto was hanging out when you guys came down here originally.
I can't see in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Door closed.
Sure.
I can move my token into there. And then there's like a hallway. But then
that's not the room I was describing.
I didn't even know this was here.
4 doors.
Oh, you didn't see those doors? Okay.
Well, there's 2 doors, but everyone's
pathway.
standing on top of them, so I can't see
Sure.
anything.
I open the door and notice an office that Tessuto was hanging out in.
Yes.
Search it.
I search the office.
There's a bunch of empty liquor bottles.
We're bad at this.
And yeah, some records that appear to be for smuggled goods.
I apparently
So
am
bad.
fascinated with the empty alcohol bottles.
Yeah, you're convinced that the empty alcohol bottles are some sort of secret coded message, but you
All
can't
right.
figure out what it is. Cardi and now Roymond, this door leads to a long tunnel.
Well,
Appears like we're in
disappearing off into the distance. It look around a curve. It looks. Can you guys
Yep.
Yeah.
see through there, right? Yeah. It
Okay.
seems to go quite a ways into the darkness.
I renew guidance on myself and the first person behind me, but then I start walking down the hall.
Okay.
I
You guys have dark vision, or
I do.
Okay.
I
I
could
have
use some
low
light.
light.
But I cast
I-
dancing lights
Okay, that
around
works.
Roymond's head,
Great choice.
like above his head.
Perfect. Now everyone will know when I'm here.
Great choice.
Hardy
I find this-
waves his hand and moves them above Blythe's head so that Roymond can sneak.
I don't need to
You
sneak.
can put them above mine. I don't mind.
Yeah, Stumpy over here is sneaking around. Okay.
Wait, is there I'm confused. What just happened?
Sorry,
Map
Good
just
transition.
reloaded?
Yep.
I
Map
just
change.
moved to a different map.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Includes the other things going on.
Okay, well, just let
Yeah.
us know where to put our tokens.
I will. The long tunnel leading from this room winds for some distance through the bedrock below Sandpoint. Give me perception checks.
God damn, Blythe, with that perception.
Sheesh. I'm on a roll.
Fucking incredible.
Getting the good ones out of the way.
Don't worry, I got my perception up to +0 now that I'm level 2.
Cardi, you're pretty sure that you guys have walked far enough that you're now underneath Magnamar. Blythe, you believe that you guys have gone like 1,500 or 2,000 feet. Actually, fuck it, with Nat 20, you know you guys have gone exactly 1,750 feet northeast through this winding tunnel. With that
Northeast,
perception
that was-
check, you find a secret door that opens into a 30-foot diameter cave on the south side. Sorry, on the side of a cliff overlooking the Versian Gulf. The cave mouth slopes down to a narrow beat. And you see a bunch of a crude collection of goblin beds and remnants of meals strewn about this cave.
We are
From
not present.
what?
I was saying we are not presently able to see anything if we're supposed to be viewing.
You are not supposed to see anything.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
This is a description of tunnels for which no map exists. From the tunnel's southern half, they go into excruciating detail. Suffice to say, you find evidence of places where smugglers had been able to use these tunnels from the Tarandarok River and from the Gulf Coast, and you find that there had been another entrance that looked as if it had been resealed and then broken open again. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that appears to be the course of the way forward. With that Nat 20, Blythe, I'll also give you that you're pretty sure you guys are headed toward that strange inhuman noise.
Okay.
Now, I will place you guys down here, and I would like you to tell me how you're proceeding.
Yes.
What was that?
How you are proceeding.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
We have dancing lights above my head. I think we are like, I guess, like cautious, but like definitely not like sprinting down the hall, but I don't know. I'm not like sneaking around. It's not really my thing.
Okay.
I think we're getting closer to whatever the animal is, or person. Some sort of. I don't know.
Can you guys see it all?
Negative.
No,
I see my token.
I
But-
don't see a token.
I see nothing.
All right, let's see here.
I don't even know where I'm supposed to be at on the map. I guess I'll just zoom out.
This is where you're supposed to be at.
I don't see that either.
Nope.
Let's see.
I have a black square.
Yes.
Okay. I understand. I have to give each individual token sight on every map, maybe?
If you give sight and then link the token back to the character sheet, it will have sight forever.
Yeah, I updated my
okay.
token to can see, so
I can do that for mine if need be.
but I don't have a light source.
I don't see my token though, so like, yeah. Normally I can see my token sitting on top of the dark or whatever.
Let's see here. Emits light. Do I just have to add that to each person?
Oh, there I am. I'm very tiny. I see me now.
All players see lights. So you'd all see each one of your lights.
Yep.
I went ahead and updated. Like I guess Vanya's got a torch out and is using that.
Okay.
So I am good so far as lights go.
This is a big boy map. Holy crap.
It's a bit of a large map.
All right, so dancing light is 20 feet radius.
The lights have to stay within 10 feet of each other.
So who is it on then?
But 20-foot radius torches. And then right now, since we're all here, I have one above each of us. But they'll
Okay.
stay around me. So if one of us moves out of range, the
Okie
light will
dokie.
stay behind. So basically, everyone has their own light.
20 feet?
20-foot radius, yes.
Who did I put light on first? Roymond?
Well,
I
I'm
definitely
editing
have
my
it.
token at the moment, so
Okay.
it may have undone anything you were doing.
All right. I think that's all right. Yeah, you guys find a tunnel floor in front of you, and it looks like there's a couple branching paths up ahead, and one is right around the corner here.
Well,
Okay, I still
don't
can't
care.
see anything.
Oh, you need to drag
What
your
about there?
token out.
Okay. No, I still can't see anything, but I can drag out my own token.
Sure.
If you drag it to the very bottom left corner,
Okay.
Nailed it.
Really? Because I still can't see anything.
maybe
Yeah.
Ryan can move the
Yep.
token you just dragged out.
Can you see anything now?
Just black.
Just black.
Yep. Go into the
There's light.
token editor, and then on the bottom left it'll say "can see," and mark that and update.
Okay. Okay, I can see now.
That's so weird. Okay. All right.
Light is weird.
Yeah. Blythe.
Cardi, as we get down here, it says, perhaps we might be a little bit quiet while we searching the tunnels.
You hear. Give
our
me
ears.
perception. All right. Give me initiative.
Sorry, I was just
Too
repositioning
bad.
my token because there was a bunch of people in the hall. I wasn't trying to
Sure.
trigger anything, but
Whoops, mine apparently didn't have my token selected, so if you can add a spot for me, I'll update my number.
Right.
What the fuck are you doing, cat? Boy. Um, does the my 26 perception throw me any bone about
You heard. I think you heard a strange, strangled sort of grunting from around the corner. And as
I'm
you
used
guys,
to that. I sleep next to Cardi's room.
sure, this sounds distinctly more aberrant than Cardi's. Admittedly, severely aberrant snoring and just general lifestyle, probably. Considering
Cardi's very clean.
why
That's
did
what he-
hygiene? What like
You
what
are
did I
clean,
say
but
that
you-
made you think that hygiene was particularly an issue?
You sleep like a dog that has tuberculosis.
That
And
Oh
and
my
is in the
God.
middle of dying.
I'm sorry. This is not a value judgment. This is merely a statement.
Sure. You guys are having a polite conversation. Roymond, well, you know what? Who rolled 26? Vanya, I'm gonna say that as Roymond was stepping forward and about to walk around the corner, you heard this this gurgling grunt, and you catch him by the back of the shirt and kind of like pull him back before he alerts something that you think is very close around the corner.
I grab him by the back of his armor and I say, "Be careful, Raymond. There's something very close."
oh, okay, got it. He
Like,
raises
got my-
his halfling
Uh,
sling staff.
Yeah, and Vanya, you hear like a sniffing noise, as if some large and way more powerful nostrils are like snorting at the air, as if searching for something, and some shuffling from around this cavern, and it's slowly trekking toward you, and you think you probably don't have very long.
It's coming this way. Prepare yourselves. It won't be long before it sees the light.
Live already in action.
how much time do we have?
No-
I mean, we're in initiative order, but like,
Not enough to ready an.
okay.
Vanya, I will give you one surprise round action since you rolled that high perception, and then I think we'll launch directly into turn order.
Okay. I am prepared to fire at anything that I get sight of with my crossbow.
Okay. Well, you also rolled the highest on initiative, so now it's your turn also. Do you want to do anything else?
I guess for my turn, then I'll prepare an attack for anything that comes in.
Okay.
That I gain sight of.
Sure. Okay, Cardi.
Okay, yeah, Cardi will also pull out his crossbow and aim it towards like where the sniffing sound is coming from.
Okay.
And will attack anything that comes around the corner.
Okay. There's the sound of kind of like wet shuffling that moves up to the front of the cave mouth, and it turns and looks at you all, and you hear an inhuman squealing roar. How do you show a token?
Z? Shift
Shift
Z?
Z.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Ugh.
Good
Yeah.
God!
A
Oh, I didn't even-
pale,
Go ahead.
a pale albino type creature of a vaguely humanoid shape with a distended, fractured jaw and long, slavering tongue and glowing red eyes moves around the corner and fixes its eyes on you. It's
Yeah, I was gonna ask what
snake-like nostrils.
Oh, sorry. You kept coming. Keep going.
It's snake-like. Religion would not give you.
I know really well that it's not religious.
You're absolutely sure that this creature's never been to church in its life.
Okay, fair enough.
What
Can I
knowledge
roll
would it
anything?
be?
Yeah.
Dungeoneering.
Cool.
Cardi, you know that this is a sin spawn. So maybe I should have given religion something on that. Even though
That yeah. The
it's
main...
literally it's called a sin spawn. You know that these are creatures that are manifested from dark magics. I will give you 2 questions.
Special
it's-
attacks.
24, 3. You have a
What?
+8 modifier.
Yeah, it's class skill.
Int
I have
characters,
appointment,
man.
And I
Mhm.
Yep.
+4
I've got,
int.
we've got
How many
+9 on
ranks do you-
stuff.
Do you
1.
have in it?
It's a
Okay.
class skill.
Good lord, yeah, fair point. Okay, I was like, fuck, you went from having it untrained to having a +8 in one level, but yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Now that
I mean, I had +4 untrained.
yeah,
So,
I
Int,
forgot.
fucking int characters, man.
What do you want to know?
special attacks.
Special attacks. It's holding a ransure in one arm, and it's got jaws with a poisonous bile. Let's see. The special attacks, I think, would be that if it bites you, you will be overwhelmed by sinful thoughts and have to, use a will save to combat it.
I say to everyone, oh, it's a sin spawn. Be mindful of the bite; it'll make you do some strange, sinful things with it.
Well, it won't do that, but it will. It will fill you with emotions so powerful that you become sickened.
Oh, okay.
For a matter of minutes.
It'll fill you with sinful thoughts.
Yep. Really, really gross, sinful thought. Yeah.
Like when you get on a weird porn bender from Reddit.
Sure.
Yeah, that was totally what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't usually get sickened
That's
by
what I
those. I
was-
get aroused, but fair enough.
The second comes later.
Sometimes
Yeah,
painfully aroused.
Sickened comes as soon as I come.
Oh,
Hello,
Able to
you
suppress
two.
that.
Hey, YouTube, what's up?
Whackity
Pornhub.
Any
schmackity
special defenses?
Special
We are not
defenses.
sponsored by Pornhub.
They are immune to mind affecting effects.
Makes sense.
I think that's it as far as special defenses.
Cool.
They have dodge. Feet. Gives them an extra AC.
Cool.
Yeah. That's it. It turns toward you and lets loose a slavering howl. And then moves into toward Roymond.
It howled.
Cool.
Of course it did.
I think.
And
doesn't Vanya's attack go off before that?
Yep.
Because I think she could
yes.
see it,
Twang.
Yep.
and mine will go off after.
Nice-oo.
Okay.
Nice-oo.
Very
Also
nice.
nice.
Okay. The Vanya, you had been aiming at the cave mouth already, and as soon as you hear that howl and see a shape move ahead, you shoot it with your crossbow. But it bounces off of the pale flesh. Oh no, I'm sorry. It does. It sinks into the pale flesh. Very,
Yay!
very good.
Yay!
5 points of damage. And Cardi, you're aiming at it as well. And you sink your crossbow bolt. Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's a bit of a
Directly
competition, apparently.
into its abdomen, but you don't deal that much more damage. But it looks like it was a hell of a good shot. 7 points.
I understand why you like this thing, Vanya.
Yeah, so this thing just like it's like those bad 80s movies when it goes into slow-mo while all the like shots thud into the body and you just see it just being like doom doom getting hit back and forth as you guys chunk down quite a bit of this creature's health. Roymond.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to aid another and give Blythe AC, but I'm going to do
shit.
I'm going to do
Forgot
so.
to actually take its turn. My bad.
Okay, fair
It
enough.
has-
Proceed.
Yeah, those were ready to actions, so
Yeah.
like, they went off when he moved, but they didn't.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Go
Not
ahead.
to actually turn. It's gonna stab you.
18 AC.
It's gonna attack you with the wrencher and try to. I can't because it moved, so it just attacks. And rolls a nat 1.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it stabs the wall, probably due to being shot by multiple crossbow.
makes sense to me.
Now it is.
Okay, I'm going to aid another to give Blythe 2 AC. I'm going to do so defensively, so I'm also going to get 2 AC, but I'm going to do -2 on my attack.
Good
So-
move, Blythe.
Okay, can I reach it from here, or do I need to move? I don't know how the hallway works
I
as
think
far
you
as that goes.
can
You
you
can.
can hit it from where you
Okay.
are. You're close enough.
Yeah, you're 5 foot away. You're fine.
All right, then I will give it the old one.
Okay.
You have 2 attacks?
Yes, but I don't know if that worked. I rolled a
Doesn't
2.
look
You just
like
I
you
it.
rolled really bad, is all.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
rolled
Did
shit.
it? Oh, okay.
Well,
I was like,
you
I
rolled a
tested this
2 and a
before.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
two weapon fighting, and then she has a double-bladed weapon. So
Sure.
Oh, nice.
So
Yep.
you pull out your double-bladed sword and you swing one side and hit the wall, then swing the other side and also hit the wall. And aren't
kinda
able to find
narrow in
purchase in
here.
these tight quarters. Vanya.
Vanya is going to crank back on that light crossbow, and she's going to try to sink another one into this guy. Even though we're kind of in tight quarters here, it's her best
Mhm.
option. Doesn't involve blowing anybody up.
I favor this.
Fair enough. Good shot. Yeah. You see this thing come lurching around the corner and try to stab Roymond with almost it's like kind of a trident.
Yeah,
and it misses badly.
It's like
Yeah,
a
you guys-
spear with a kind of curved forward crossbars.
Sure,
I shared a picture of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh
They're
yeah, yep. I
super weird.
recognize this.
Okay.
To me it looked like one of those like ninja like Raphael
almost like a
Like a
sai.
sai. Yeah, like a sai on a big
stuck
stick.
stuck onto a stick. Yeah, and you pop it howls again and you shoot it right in the mouth and it collapses. Like a little punk bitch.
Ooh,
Wow, nice job.
okay. Well, that is not what I anticipated to find down here.
Cardi reloads the crossbow and then goes investigating the corpse,
Nice.
having heard of Sin Spawn but never seen one.
Sure.
I sure hope that this wasn't just a foot soldier in the next raid.
I
Ugh.
imagine that Cardi and Vanya are just like going full corner on this thing.
Yeah.
I will listen intently for anything else maybe coming
Yeah,
our
I
way.
think Roymond's
Good
concern is that the howl may have alerted other things, so he's looking out for movement. I think I'm going to aid Blythe, though, rather than trying to do it myself.
Okay. Blythe, I think you also, by the way, could tell that this was the this creature was probably the source of the noise that you had
Yeah.
heard echoing through the tunnels.
Turns out I'm not much help.
However, faintly. Yeah.
What would a creature like this? You said it was a sin spawn.
Hi, scene spawn. Their bite is cause a toxic venom that sort of gives you hallucinations of horrible
Is
sins.
it some sort of? Was this a person?
Do I know how they're created?
Yeah, so as you might imagine, they are typically they're not made of people.
Okay.
They're usually the product of a magic caster of some sort that uses some ancient means of transforming sin into an
They
actual
embody it?
like body. Yeah.
They give it form.
Right. And
Ugh.
typically these creatures are attuned to a specific type of sin. One of like the 7 deadly sins, for instance.
Can I identify which sin this one is like from? Is there a way to do that?
I want to say yes, but I'm trying to think of a way that you would actually be able to do that.
Would
let's do
you
like an
allow
Arcana
knowledge
or
Arcana? Yeah, I was gonna say Arcana.
I'm gonna say yeah. I think like since these creatures are basically like living spells of a kind, I'm gonna say that you'd have to analyze like the magic that was used to create it.
So they're like summoned almost.
Yeah, they are basically like summoned.
Gotcha.
Some creatures that don't just phase out after a certain amount
right.
of time.
Identifying a spell in place is that 15 plus spell level?
What are you asking? Sorry, I was talking to Whitney.
Identifying a spell that's in place, that's 15 plus spell level or 10? I think it's 15, isn't it?
Identify a spell that's targeted. A spell effect that's in place is 20 plus spell level.
Oh, 20 plus spell level.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Never mind.
Did not make it.
You can identify the auras while using detect magic, but you can't identify the spell itself because 15 plus spell level is the auras.
I think that's fair. It would have been a rough. It would be quite granular, quite a granular piece of knowledge to identify which specific sin you think this one is related.
Without having it bite anyone.
I mean, I think it's fairly obvious from context that it's lust, but
yes.
Do you?
I mean, there was a succubus mentioned, or at least drawn.
Okay, I didn't thought of that, but
to me that makes sense narratively. But
well, perhaps once we're done, we can drag the thing up to the surface and.
I think that was meant to be a joke. I think it was Tessuto. Tessuto is fallen in love with this woman, and he's saying like she's becoming a demon, and he's saying like, well, like maybe she could be a succubus, right?
Yeah, maybe she'll still be attractive. Hopefully, after
you think it's a succubus?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, but I think that was like a joke. I wouldn't necessarily read too much of that.
All right, fair enough.
Artie looks down the 2 passageways that kind of lie before them and says, "Well, which way do you reckon we go next? Should we go this way where it came from, or
it came from this direction? If we get further down that way and there are more this way, it could cut us off from the surface, and we don't want that."
This cave that you find yourselves in now, Vanya at least, doesn't appear to lead anywhere. It appears to just be a cave, maybe set up for like as a guard post of some kind.
Okay.
Seems to be a lot of tracks in here, as if this sin spawn had been just kind of hanging out.
It looks like it terminates back here a ways. Looks like it had spent some time down here. There's really no telling how long it's been here. It could be from something far older, given the state of its garments.
Do the tracks seem to go through the wall at all?
No.
Alright.
Good thought.
Cardi returns to the main tunnel and says, "Well, if it was just hanging out in there, then perhaps down here is more."
Yeah.
I suppose off we go then.
Yes. Cardi gestures Blythe forward as he kind of stands in the middle of the pack with Vanya in the back, and
So right or left, boys and girls?
Cardi pulls out a gold piece and flips it, and it says right.
I will roll to see if I
The
can
coin
down
says
this
right
way.
on it.
Vanya says heads.
Can I
For
see
which
anything
one?
down each way?
For heads. I don't know.
Heads we go right, and tails we go left.
Can
And
we
Cardi flips the
hold
coin,
on?
and it says
Hold
heads.
on, we're doing something more educated.
Can I see anything or notice anything down either
Ours is
hallway?
more fun though.
You're right.
Perhaps tracks even?
1d2. Heads is
I
one.
flipped a coin in real
Sure.
life.
With a 25, 25 is pretty good. I think you faintly hear some noise echoing off. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like there's several walls in between, but I think you hear some faint noise from this direction, but it's kind of echoey.
Okay,
What
well-
direction?
The northern.
North.
Gotcha.
While they are figuring out, well, they're flipping a coin, Blythe will just kind of point forward.
Yes, that was
looks
going to
like
be
that.
heads. That makes sense.
Looks like Blythe.
Oh, so we're
Vanya.
we're going in the direction of danger. Got it.
Well, oh, we can go the other way.
I think it might be best to go in the direction of the things that might kill us, so that we might kill them first.
You have a strange view of the world. Must come from having your head up in the clouds.
Yeah, says the guy because he's like 6 inches taller than you.
Yeah.
Blythe, as you guys walk around to the mouth of this cave, you find the natural stone floor turns into a much more refined, if ancient, stone walkway, and a crimson statue stands before you. A red marble statue of a strikingly beautiful but at the same time monstrously enraged human woman stands in the middle of this room, her stony expression twisted in fury. The woman wears flowing robes and her long hair is held back from her face by an intricate headdress of hooks and blades. In her left hand she carries a large book, the face of which is inscribed with a 7-pointed star. Her right hand holds a glittering metal and ivory ranseur.
That is a symbol of Thassalon.
Ranseur?
What?
The 7-pointed star. Does that look like the Thessalonian star?
It does.
This statue must be ancient if it's of their manufacture.
Perhaps we should investigate more closely.
Roll me a knowledge history.
Don't have that one.
Yeah, neither do I.
Mine is untrained, but I rolled well.
You
You have to roll much better than
untrained as well. Yep.
that. Yep. Good job. You think it's probably a figure of great importance to the Thessalonians of this region, but cannot identify them.
Are there any inscriptions?
Mm-hmm. That was my next question.
Sure. Yeah, I think there is one in Thessalonian.
Cool. I read it.
Yep.
Okay. It says
We both of us read it.
yeah, it says Runelord Alasnest.
Runelord Alasnest. What is a Runelord? Do
I-
we know?
I don't know that.
Something of the Thessalons, some sort of a leader, a great magician of some kind.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I think this is where that knowledge history would have told you what it was or who this was,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
more than just the name.
Perhaps the librarian will know more. We
I
can
think-
take it. Maybe we can take a rubbing of this and.
What was the name of the Runelord?
Excuse me. Runelord Elaznist.
Yeah. Cardi pulls out his spellbook and just takes a rubbing of the inscription, and then translates it in his in his notebook.
Mhm.
Let's see.
All
I
right.
think Vanya's gonna very quickly sketch out the statue, kind of like the basic forms
Mm-hmm.
of it, just to if any of the panoply is significant.
I
Although
think probably the headdress and maybe the rancher.
yeah, and the fact
rancer.
that critter had a rancer and this ancient Thessalonian statue has a rancer is God, could that thing really have been from the Thessalonian times? Could that thing have been down here this long?
I think that if you're gonna take a sketch, you notice again the particular craftsmanship of this ancient rancer that is held in the statue's hand, which is actually made of metal and ivory.
She's holding
it's
a
not a
physical weapon.
It's not a stone. Yeah, it's not a stone depiction of a rancer. It's
an actual
an
rancher.
actual-
Cardi
Oh.
is gonna inspect that a lot further because, he's a weapons craftsman.
Sure.
What would I do to look to see if there's magic on it? Since I'm not very familiar with playing a magic class.
You would detect magic first.
I don't think.
Okay,
you
I don't
can.
have that. I don't have that
think you
ability.
have
So
it, yeah.
Cardi will detect magic on the statue as he looks closely at the weapon.
You don't detect any magic on the statue.
Can I kind of use my craft weapon skill to sort of identify the weapon, its quality and stuff like that?
Yes. Perfect. You can actually tell that this is a replica of a rancer. That it's a very finely crafted one. I think that you figure this to be somewhere along the lines of a what is it, a mastercrafted rancer. And I'm going to give you with that. You think it's worth 400 gold.
It looks like this might be a very intricate replica of an actual rancer. Probably worth about 400 gold on the market, but I think it might belong on this statue.
perhaps we can take it as we leave. Maybe we should look more closely.
There's a lot of passages. We've got a lot of area to cover.
We don't
Yeah,
even
we
know
do.
if we'll find our way back out the same direction. If
We
you,
should
if you
definitely
guys
look at-
want that stick, I would take a good look around and make sure it's not booby trapped or something, and then we should get going.
It looks like you could probably yank it out with a little tugging.
Baby.
Yeah, Cardi doesn't take it right now because I don't have a bag to put it in.
There are Thessalonian runes inscribed along the blade that say overthinking.
I think Roymond will just walk over and take it.
Pull it out, and now you have it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
It's one of those I don't have a bag of holding, so I'm not gonna just pick up every loot I find
I
until
am.
I have one.
Fair enough.
Well, once I have one, I will happily
Nothing
just
can
take
stop
off.
me.
in terms of like gold per gram, I think that's probably one of the best,
Yeah.
most worthwhile pieces. And you could probably like tuck that away somewhere where it won't be too bad.
I'll just
Except
add
for
it
the
so
part
that,
where it's like 3 times his body length.
Yeah.
don't worry about that. I already have a long spear and a morning star and a quarterstaff and my sling staff. It's fine.
It's 1 a.m. How far do you
Um,
guys? Yeah, I don't know.
I think maybe if we're like right now we're about to explore a dungeon, I think now might be a good
Yeah.
time to stop.
Yeah,
Before we
I
get
was
too
gonna
far into
say,
it, and
I
that way
kind of
like we know we're at the start.
right. I think you're at the door.
Mhm.
You're in the green room or whatever.
Blythe, do you want to mark yourself with a yellow dot or something so I know
Sure.
you're life linked? That would be solid.
All right, y'all. Thanks for playing. I
Yeah.
hope
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel a little mentally slow right now. I've been waking up at like 6 a.m. the last like week or so.
Oh, so like normal
Why?
people time.
I don't know. I thought it'd be good. And I have been more. I've been I've been a lot more productive in the mornings, but
That's
I'm a lot less
good.
productive at night. I find. Oddly.
Yeah.
It does happen.
That's how that usually works. I'm
All right. I'm gonna cut the recording there.